January 1st, 2026. The people of Toronto woke up to find their blue bins waiting just as usual. But the system behind them had changed hands overnight. City officials say oversight now sits outside City Hall. If the experts running recycling can no longer guarantee service continuity, who is really accountable when things go wrong? And why are so many residents suddenly feeling betrayed? The answer starts with a warning from inside the emergency briefing. A staff member stands before the council, voice steady but unmistakably grave. The slide projected behind reads in black and white, "We can no longer guarantee service continuity under current terms." The words hang in the air, sparking a quiet ripple through the chamber. The presenter explains that as of January 1st, the city's Blue Bin program is now under the management of Circular Materials, not City Hall. It is a handoff years in the making, mandated by Ontario's Extended Producer Responsibility Policy. The staffer points out that while collection schedules and the familiar blue bins remain, the authority to resolve breakdowns, missed pickups, or system failures now sits with a not-for-profit outside the city's direct control. Residents will no longer call 311 for help. Instead, they must reach out to an entirely new organization, one that answers to producers, not local government. The staffer's tone is measured but unyielding. The briefing continues. The city is no longer the point of accountability for residential recycling. Questions begin to surface. What happens if Circular Materials can't keep up? Who steps in if bins pile up on the curb? Staff clarify that the city's emergency procurement powers are limited by the new framework. Intervention would require council approval and may not be immediate. The warning is clear. Toronto's ability to guarantee uninterrupted recycling service is now subject to decisions made beyond City Hall. The message is not about looming facility closures or sudden collapse, but about a fundamental shift in responsibility. For residents who have relied on city-run recycling for decades, the certainty they once took for granted has been quietly replaced by a new layer of risk. A woman in a downtown condo stands at her kitchen counter, blue bin open, hands hovering over a stack of takeout containers. She has been rinsing and sorting for 2 decades, teaching her kids the difference between clear plastic and black. Now she stares at the bin, uncertain. The city logo is still there, but a sticker with a new phone number offers no comfort. She says quietly, 20 years of habit. Do I just hope someone is still on the other end? Down the street, a homeowner drags his bin to the curb, pausing to check the collection calendar. The dates have not changed, but he has heard there is no more calling 311 if something goes wrong. He asks, if my recycling sits out for a week, who do I even talk to? Is it the city? Is it some company I have never heard of? The uncertainty is tangible. Both residents describe the same blue bins and the same routine, but a new sense of uncertainty. There are no new instructions, no flyers in the mailbox, just a quiet shift in responsibility. For years, the system felt personal. Neighbors would call the city and get a response, sometimes even see the same crew each week. Now the process feels anonymous. The bins line up on the curb as always, but behind every lid is a question. Who is actually listening? The promise of continuity from the city offers little comfort when the contact point has vanished. For residents who built their lives around sorting and trusting the system, the rules suddenly feel unclear. The effort remains, but the connection is gone. Toronto's waste numbers are staggering. Each year, the city generates about 830,000 tons of waste, enough to fill the Rogers Centre more than 5 times over. Of that total, roughly 450,000 tons end up in Green Lane landfill, located nearly 200 kilometers from downtown. The remainder is diverted through recycling, organics, and yard waste programs. Official figures put Toronto's diversion rate at 52%, a dramatic climb from the early days of blue bins, when barely 15% of waste avoided landfill. Yet, even with more than half of the city's trash being sorted, The landfill receives nearly 500,000 tons annually. The clock is ticking on that space. Green Lane landfill is projected to reach its maximum capacity by 2035. That is less than a decade away. Every plastic container, pizza box, and milk carton sorted today is part of a race against that deadline. The numbers on the staff slides are not just abstract statistics, they are a countdown. Each year, the city must find ways to keep more waste out of landfill, or face the prospect of shipping garbage even farther afield, or turning to options like incineration. The scale of the challenge is measured in tons, but the consequences will be felt by every household. For residents who have grown used to the blue bin routine, these figures reveal the true scope of what is at stake. Inside Toronto's recycling system, the pressure is mounting from every direction. Producer groups, now footing the bill for blue bin operations, have started lobbying the province to relax standards they once agreed to meet. In a June 2025 staff briefing, city analysts flagged a proposal to delay key recycling targets by 5 years, pushing the deadline from 2026 to 2031. The same proposal would let producers count up to 15% incineration as if it were recycling, a move that has drawn sharp criticism from waste policy experts. A union representative says the mood among workers is tense. They say they are being told to do more with less, but the machinery is not getting any younger. When a line goes down, there is no guarantee it will be fixed before the next shift. At the heart of the system are Toronto's material recovery facilities called MRFs. These plants sort and bale everything from cardboard to black plastic, but they are running close to capacity and plagued by contamination. Non-recyclable items mixed in with the blue bin stream. Every time a load is rejected for contamination, costs rise, and trust in the system erodes a little more. Staff briefing notes highlight a critical vulnerability. Under the new contracts, there is no contingency tonnage guarantee. If a MRF fails or cannot process a load, producers have no binding obligation to find another facility or cover extra costs. One policy analyst points out that we are relying on market conditions and goodwill, not on enforceable backup plans. Producer lobbying, mechanical strain, and contract gaps are converging at the worst possible time. With landfill space dwindling and recycling markets unstable, every weak link in the chain threatens to become a breaking point. Start with the blue bin. Keep using it. Your collection day hasn't changed. For any missed pickups, broken bins, or questions about what goes where, the new contact is 1-888-921-2686. That's the direct line to Circular Materials, now responsible for Toronto's residential recycling. If you are not sure what is accepted, check the updated material list online or call the hotline. Black plastic containers, like takeout trays, are now allowed, along with hot and cold drink cups and even toothpaste tubes. Rinse everything, keep it loose, and do not bag your recyclables. There is no need to call 311 anymore. The city cannot help with recycling issues. For the next week, focus on sorting carefully and watch for any notices from Circular Materials. If something is unclear, do not guess, ask. The system only works if everyone follows the same rules. Starting now, city councilors have a limited but critical set of levers when service risks appear. Under Municipal Code Section 195, Council can authorize emergency procurement, bypassing normal bidding rules, if a breakdown threatens public health or the environment. This authority isn't automatic. It requires a council vote and a clear case for urgency. Councilors can also push for amendments to the city's agreements with Circular Materials, demanding stronger contingency clauses or backup processing options. When pressure mounts, coordinated emails and calls to councilors can put these tools in motion. The next scheduled council session is posted on the city's official calendar, where any motion for emergency action must be introduced. In moments of uncertainty, these policy pathways become the city's main defense against service lapses. Toronto's recycling now rests in private hands, not City Hall. As producer responsibility becomes the norm, the lines of accountability grow less clear. What happens next isn't just about waste, it is about trust in public systems. The future of recycling depends on who steps up next. Share your thoughts below.